Firefighting operations entered a seventh day today to douse the fire aboard the Express Pearl container vessel. The vessel caught fire while at anchorage outside the Colombo port, leading to an explosion that made matters worse. Meanwhile, yesterday, Executive Chairman of Express Feeders, Tim Hartnell, disclosed to a leading maritime news provider that the acid leak was first detected by the crew thousands of kilometers away from Sri Lanka while sailing through the Arabian Sea. He added that upon detection, the ship's captain had contacted the ports of Hazira on the west coast of India and the port of Hamad in Qatar, requesting clearance to offload the container in question. The company's executive chairman alleged that the requests were denied by the two ports and called it a case of not in my backyard syndrome. Subsequently, the ship had made its way to Sri Lanka. With that, First at 9 sought a clarification on the matter from the company today. In response, Director of MTI Network for Southeast Asia, a public relations consulting firm engaged by Express Feeders, dismissed reports on entry being denied to the vessel, adding that the ship underwent discharge and loading operations in both ports before continuing on its planned journey to Colombo. He added that the leaking container could not be offloaded due to the unavailability of specialist facilities or expertise to deal with it in both the ports. With that, the question remains as to how the vessel gained access to anchor outside the port of Colombo with a leaking nitric acid container on board, and were the Sri Lankan authorities aware of the issue. The chairman of the Ports Authority, retired General Daya Ratnayaka, offered a clarification.
ඒ වරායවලට ගිහිල්ලා නැංගුරම්ලා ඒ බඩු භාරාදිය උවමාරු කරගෙන පටවගෙන බාලා තමා කොළඹ වරායට සේන්දු වෙන්නේ. නමුත් මේ කාන්දු පිළිබඳ අපේ වරාය අධිකාරියවත් ඒ පර්යන්තේ කණ්ඩායමවත් අපිව ඒ ඒජන්සි සමාගමෙන්වත් සමාගම විසින්වත් අපිට දැනුවත් කරලා නොතිබීම තමයි මෙතන ගැටලුවට මුල් වූ කාරණාව. ඉතින් ඒ පිළිබඳ අපේ සොයා බැලීම් සිදු වෙනවා ජාත්‍යන්තර නීතිය අනුව කටයුතු කරන.
Meanwhile, the focus has also fallen on the impact of the chemicals on board the MV Express Pearl, as the Sri Lankan seas have now been exposed to a serious marine environmental risk.
We observed with the debris coming out of the vessel, there's a huge environmental pollution, coastal pollution occurred in the area starting from Dikkovita up to Maoya, Chilau. And today we got the information that these debris has actually gone up to the areas of Vellavatta, Bambalapitiya as well as Moratuwa. Based on our inspection yesterday, we identified 10 critically polluted areas, and we have manned that area with nearly 975 army officials plus Coast Guard as well as Navy officers, and we are actually continuously doing the beach cleaning. This exercise will at least continue for next 2 weeks because coastal pollution is enormous, plus there's a large volume of plastic pebbles, and these pebbles, of course, it is very difficult for us to clean, and also we believe major portion of these pebbles will store underwater. In long time, this will create a huge environmental issue of microplastic. The damage to the environment is enormous, but we are trying our best to clean this as much as possible.
Also expressing views on the matter, leading chemical oceanographer Professor Lihini Alubihari highlighted that the larger concern remains of a potential oil spill. According to oil spill experts, any damage to marine life by the chemicals will be immediate.
pebbles. මෙන්න මේ pebble ශ්වසන පද්ධතිය සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම මේ ප්ලාස්ටික් වලින් හිර වෙලාදයි.
Meanwhile, a model put together by oceanographers on where the debris and oil from the MV Express Pearl would end up. The blue section is where the debris is expected to wash up when released from the ship's location on the 25th, and the coloured dots are where we can expect things to end up when released on the 26th and 27th. With currents shifting southward, we can expect to see more accumulation of debris towards Colombo and the south. Meanwhile, the Sri Lanka Institute of Nanotechnology urged authorities to utilise homegrown nanotechnology in dealing with any possible oil spill. Speaking to First at 9, research scientist Lihini Jaisinghe says that Slintech is equipped to come up with applications in the event of an oil spill and prevent major damage to marine life.
The Sri Lanka Institute of Nanotechnology has come up with 2 types of technologies to overcome oil spill cleanups. One includes the use of waste cotton, and the other one includes the use of graphene, which is a value-added material from graphite. So right now at Slintech, we have large-scale production of graphite. So Sri Lanka has one of the world's purest graphite, and we have the necessary equipment to finalize and to come up with oil spill applications. So I believe it is the responsibility of Sri Lankan officials to utilize such such homegrown technologies and innovations in emergency situations such as this, so that we can reduce the environmental catastrophe that it may result from such incidents.
The Marine Environment Protection Authority chairperson added that legal action will be filed soon against the relevant parties seeking compensation.
We are going to take appropriate action to claim whatever the environmental damages caused to our country, caused to our marine environment, caused to our coastal area. When we are actually going to claim compensation, apart from the environmental loss, economic losses to the communities will also be taken into consideration.
Meanwhile, by this evening, the Sri Lankan Navy along with the Air Force and the regional partners managed to douse the fire aboard the vessel. The fire, however, has left the containers and the ship in ruins, with the owner now accepting a constructive loss, which in maritime terms translates to the cost of repair of a damaged item being more than its current value. Meanwhile, cargo from containers that fell overboard following the explosion aboard the ship continue to wash ashore. To prevent contamination, residents were urged by the authorities to keep away from the cargo. However, people were seen disregarding the warnings. 8 residents who disregarded warnings and took away the washed-up cargo were arrested this morning. Meanwhile, some residents who took away the washed-up cargo have reported allergic reactions. That said, as for some people, the continuous warnings about the dangers of the situation have fallen on deaf ears.
දසනකාන්තී චූර්ණය සහිත ලීවර් ආයිෂ් දන්තාලේපය දත්වල ඇති ප්‍රශ්න 10ක් වලකයි.